I am back in the MMA Disputed interview lounge with former tough contestant and his first win he picked up a couple months ago in the UFC, Chris, no nickname yet, Camozzi. What's going on, Chris?
Not much. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. So let's first go off with let's start off with the nickname thing. I heard you're doing a contest on your website regarding the nickname. Have you ever had a nickname? Let's go with that question first.
No, I haven't. I've never really felt the need to have one, but my management and people always ask, why don't you have a nickname? You need a nickname. So we figured it would be a fun, good idea just to do a contest on my website and see what everybody thinks it should be, and the winner will win a $75 gift certificate to Performance MMA for whichever name I pick.
And any good names out there so far that people thrown at you?
Yeah, there's been some good ones. I mean, I don't want to mention any of them yet for the contest purposes, but we're still looking for sure. I mean, I haven't picked one at all yet. And not only do you win the gift certificate, but you'll get to see the nickname that I pick on my banner for 127. So it'll be live on pay-per-view. So that's kind of a cool thing to be able to say. If you're the one that I pick, if you're the name that I pick, then you can tell your friends, I picked that nickname that's on his banner right there.
Gotcha. And this is going on at your official website?
Yeah, my website, CamozziMMA.com.
Gotcha. And when does that contest end?
I can't remember the date we set on it. I think it's next week.
Gotcha. So, speaking of UFC 127, you are taking on another former contestant of the Ultimate Fighter, Kyle Noke. How's your training camp gone so far in terms of preparing for Noke, as he's been on quite a win streak as well as his time in the UFC?
It's been great. He's a tough fight. He's a tough fighter to game plan for. He's real technical, I think, both on the ground and standing. So it's going to be a battle. I'm just trying to be ready for anything. But so far, so good. I've got some guys that have real technical stand-up to train with, and they throw real straight and clean like Noke does. And on the ground, I've been working at Easton Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to better my jiu-jitsu. And so thanks to my team, at Factory X and Easton. So
Kyle Noke was another contestant on the Tough show which you were a part of for a couple of weeks. What do you think you have to vote, as he's on a win streak as well, winning his 2 fights so far in the UFC, and also being his friend Josh Bryant in the Tough show? How do you think Noke is going to come at you in terms of grappling or his rear naked choke that he seems to use a lot inside the cage?
I think staying off the cage is the main thing I'm going to look to avoid. I think he's going to want to put me up against the cage and work strikes, or against Kimmins. I saw that's where his takedowns came from. So definitely avoiding the cage, and keeping space. But as far as standing or on the ground, it's going to be a little bit of a surprise. For our game plan, I'm going to keep that to myself for now. But it should definitely be a great fight. I think we both push the pace and we both like to throw, so it makes for an exciting fight.
Now, your last fight was on the undercard of the pay-per-view. This fight is on the main card. It will be shown on live TV. Do you think this is going to affect you at all in terms of how you prepared, or when you stepped into the cage in front of all those fans?
No, actually, I'm more excited for it. I do better when the pressure's on. I can say that for sure. In any sport I've ever played, and in fighting in general, I like the bigger crowds. I like the fact of being on TV. And when they're higher pressure, fights, I've always done better. So I'm looking forward to it. I like things that make me a little bit more nervous because I perform better. So I'm hoping to be, at my best for this fight.
Gotcha. In terms of Sydney, Australia, I know it's quite a flight to there. Do you think the location's going to affect you at all, or Kyle Noke as well, in terms of, because he fought overseas last time as well? Do you think that's going to affect you at all in terms of how you prepare in terms of when you arrive in Australia?
No. The UFC brings me out with enough time to acclimate to their time zone and everything. And, like I said, I'm just excited to get out there and everything. And I'll get plenty of rest, and I'll make sure that I adjust to their time schedule and get get on their schedule instead of the U.S. right away, and I'll be ready to go the next week.
Are you prepared for all the boos? Because Noke is an Australian native, so I don't think the crowd's going to be most of them are going to be in Noke's corner. How do you think you're going to be received from the crowd?
I'm sure I'll be booed at first, and that's okay with me. It motivates me even more. Like I've said before, when I was fighting up in Canada, I fought several Canadians, and it was the same thing. They booed me, but I think at the end they'll cheer me too, because, like I said, this should be an exciting fight with the way we match up, and Australian fans love fights, and I think they'll be pleased with the good fight that we'll put on.
Gotcha. So, one last question for you. In terms of your last fight, not many people agreed with the decision in terms of a split decision for yourself, but I thought it could have went either way. How did you feel about that fight in terms of earning the split decision, and what did you think you had to prove on in terms of going into this fight and to earn that victory if in case it does go to the judges' scorecards?
A lot of people, I guess, did say that they didn't agree with it, but the main thing is that it wasn't my decision. It's not like I have any relationship with those judges or anything like that. They picked it, and I thought I won anyway. My opponent came out pretty strong in the first round, and he scored a takedown, but I was able to reverse it and get back up, shortly after, and I just stayed more busy than he did, and I think I was landing the better strikes. In the third round, he completely shut down, and I took the whole third round, so I think that's what sealed it. So I think I definitely won that fight. I think it was close, but it went my way, in my opinion. And this next fight, with Noke being Australian, I'm sure, the judges will favor him, as well as the crowd, but I think I just need to not let it go to the judges. Obviously, I'm looking to finish this time, and I feel, even 10 times better than I did in the last one, technically and cardio-wise. So we'll see. I'm constantly improving. I'm young, and I'm ready to put it to the test.
Gotcha. So, all right, Chris, I appreciate the time. You have the floor for the last couple minutes if you want to thank anybody, your sponsors, or anybody else that's been helping you out to this fight at UFC 127.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Ingrain Media, which is my management company, MMA Advertising, Performance MMA. They run my store on my website. Good For You Drinks, Muscle Farm, Hayabusa, Max Muscle, Highlands Ranch, and my team at Factory X, as well as Easton Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Gotcha. Well, Chris, good luck to you at UFC 127. I appreciate the time, and hopefully I'll talk to you again with another one underneath your belt.
All right, definitely. Thank you.